So the number one thing I've realized while trying to work out, so AWS is a beast of its own, right? I'm trying to learn how to deploy, and now I've changed the pipeline to also be AWS. But basically my EC2 instance, which is basically what's for my deployment and hosting of my app. What I've realized is that I have to find where the error is, and then from there, the solution can come from AI, specifically when using Cursor. I try to find the root of the problem very often, and sometimes using different commands and debugs, that can lead to error. Successful debugging through the logs that are found and displayed with the AI. But other times, when you get in that little circular loop that I see people complaining about on Twitter sometimes with GPT-4o, and now I'm seeing a little bit with Claude Sonnet, right? You actually have to find where the inconsistencies are on your own. You have to understand some aspects of the syntax and where things don't seem right, because hallucinations can hurt your entire process and set you back an hour. You're completely relying on AI like I am. Okay, it is currently 5:50 p.m. Finally got my code deploy to go all the way through, past all the checks. Got my environment variables set with Secrets Manager. Got it all done. Like, everything went through. Still, there's no response with my commands quite yet. I haven't told you guys, but I've migrated from Heroku to AWS because it's just cheaper and better performance. From what I've heard, I wasn't really a fan of what I was getting out of Heroku. I didn't want to spend as much money as they're trying to get me to spend. And I'm getting 3x the CPU memory for the same price. So right now, it's literally just, all I want to do is just get a response back. It doesn't matter if it's an error. I just get a response back from right here in analyzing mail. From analyze mail, right there. I'll be good. That's all I want. Day one, finishing up. Got all the way to where everything launched successfully. It's just not running correct. For some reason, it's not importing the things correctly. But I know what the issue is, and I know what I need to do to get there. The only thing is, what's the root of it? Because I'm running into an issue of where my requirements are not getting fully installed. So what I mean by that is certain imports are not, the modules aren't being found. So for example, like the Telegram, the module wasn't being found. And then even though it's clearly in the requirements.txt, I had to explicitly in our batch script add the Python or add the Telegram version into it, the framework. And then now I'm removing just env, load env one, because we don't even need that. But still, I don't know why the requirements. My theory is earlier I installed the requirements into the EC2 instance, but even if I did do that, it would still be within it. So something within those scripts are looking over or skipping different modules. I don't know. I'll figure it out tomorrow when I send this in. But day two, it's currently 7:30 right now. The plan as of right this second is to sit down, desk, get a plan written out, write out all my notes, just to revisit the situation as a whole, get detailed in what I think I need to do to fix the issue to get it actually running. And then after that, if we get there, test the asynchronous commands with concurrent users. And then past that, we'd work on deploying our website. But just getting that down, getting a little bit of work in, and then going to the gym. It's 1:51. So I thought the import errors were from not having the correct Python version, right? We had Python 3.12, we needed 3.11. Got all that sorted, and that took way too long. That took way too long, and it didn't even fix it. And my environment variables aren't being set. So secret manager is not working like it's supposed to. Still not importing the correct things. Like, I mean, gosh damn, it's just a bad deal. It's a bad deal. So my theory behind where I thought, which we had 3.12 instead of 3.11, which was causing some errors. But my theory about why 3.11 would fix it was because of the one instance in the error, specifically was a previous error I had because of it not being a proper Python version. And now that's fixed, and we're still not importing properly, which means the requirements aren't being downloaded on our install, which was interesting to see how fixed one of those import errors by directly within the script installing one of the packages. And now it's still doing that. So I got to figure out the secrets issue. I got to figure out still why the imports aren't working. But I mean, how I think about it is that if I didn't fix Python version, it would still be messing up either way. So that's that. Just gotta find out. I need to figure out, I need to get into the logs of the actual deployment to see where it's all going wrong. It is currently 5:51. Just look back at the footage to kind of check where I was last. So before I was, obviously since it was a jump for you guys, trying to figure out the import errors in the environment variables. Had to do with my scripts, fix up my scripts and put back in load.amv, and that fixed everything, deployed correctly and was deploying fine, but nothing was happening. There's no requests being made in the logs. There's obviously no responses. There's nothing being made back and forth. Well, what I figured out from, for the past 4 hours now, because it was pretty quickly after that I fixed it up, was that I need an HTTP as obviously secure URL, but I can't use, which is probably a new mistake, but I can't use my DNS, my domain from my AWS instance. I have to have my own custom domain, which is fine. I have that, but now I have to do some DNS settings and then get the security certificate through the terminal, through that. And now I'm kind of having issues with that right now because I have to configure I don't even know how to say that, the Nginx right there, the configuration. I hope you guys can see it. It's right there. But yeah. So having kind of configuring all that stuff and learning about the networking, which I'm not really, I'm gonna be honest, not learning a lot. I'm just kind of doing it and hoping things work. So yeah. But there was some progress. I really wanted to have a request back, but it's so interesting because what sparked me to make this video, like just now, start recording, is it's so funny. Look at the rabbit hole you go into, because you start with your original mission and you go into a rabbit hole of fixing the fix. So you have a fix, and the fix won't run properly. So how do you fix the fix? And if the fix doesn't work, then you realize why it doesn't work, because you have to go on a thing like the DNS, right? I got to go to GoDaddy and get the DNS service going. And so then from there, you got to go back and then you figure out there's another issue with the same deal, and it just kind of keeps going from there. So yeah. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be going. Probably about 10, 15, maybe 21 minutes. Try to get a new air before I get off. I mean, it's been woke up at 7, ate breakfast, went to the gym, came back, work, lunch, took a 20-minute break, back. And yeah, it sucks. It's like the meme that I'll play right here, but it's like, I just found the other day. It's like what you have on the agenda, but what you actually complete, which has honestly been development in a box the whole time. Ended up just editing a little bit for the first post. That was about it. I think we're gonna tackle the rest of the stuff. Kind of got a good plan for tomorrow to finish up that bug. The next few days is gonna be interesting, as you guys will see. But yeah, to wrap up on day 2.